how much is your dignity worth? Things have to get worse before they get better. Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Beautifully Nerding. I'm your host, Auntie Bri, and we're going to jump straight into it because I am so excited for what we're talking about this week. Okay, we have been fighting to do the good work of promoting the show, and it is finally here. Okay, the 3-episode premiere of IronHeart was this past Tuesday, and it was absolutely amazing if I do say so myself. I think my favorite part of the show was the community that we created along the way. On Threads specifically, because I am not on Twitter. Special shout out to Black Girl Nerds because she kind of spearheaded the whole ensuring that everyone knew about IronHeart, because she made it known, I want to say maybe a month out before the show. She was like, hey, the show is coming up and we've gotten zero promotion from Marvel. So she kind of spearheaded the show is coming out, we really need to watch it, we need to put our support behind it because Marvel isn't doing anything, so we need to make sure that we do everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, you are actually absolutely correct. I have not seen a single bit of marketing for this, so I made my own video here on this channel and I was like, hey, the show is coming out. But it was crazy because even in me making my video, there was so little promotional material with Riri in it that the video that I made, I had to put on a loop for that short. With Black Girl Nerds applying so much pressure, Marvel was like, okay, so here is a teaser, here's a trailer, here's a behind the scenes short. They literally put out everything. And granted, it was 2 weeks until the show came out, but it was still something. My question was did y'all already have this together? Did y'all see that all of us online were just hey, Marvel, what's going on? And y'all got the interns on something real quick? Because the way that we were hey, where's the promo? And we got a teaser immediately. It's just so you could have done this the whole time. Cause why didn't you? I'm just not understanding. We've been seeing Fantastic Four promos for what feels like a year. There is marketing there. Y'all are able to market. So why was Riri not getting the marketing that she desires? And so when it was time for the show to actually premiere, Black Girl Nerds hosted the official watch party on Threads in collaboration with Marvel. I was so proud, as someone who watched the whole grassroots effort of let's promote this show. It was really encouraging to see them to see Marvel see them and all the hard work they were putting in and being hey, you all are the ones who started it. You can host and put your name on the flyer and all that good stuff, and get the credit of being Marvel sees these people and being able to be hey, come in and thread with, what do you call post on Threads? It was a really good time. Well, at least I had a good time, because while I was on Threads in the live tweeting watch party, I saw some posts about the show was already getting review bombed. And I'm the show just came out. We're 15 minutes into the first episode. How is it getting review bombed? But of course, people went before the show even came out, giving it 1 stars. It was at a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 3.1 on IMDb. Now, I'm not a Rotten Tomatoes girly. I literally have the IMDb app on my phone because me and IMDb, we locked in for real. So I immediately got on and left my review because I'm we're going to boost that back up. I'll put the graphic here, and I don't know what it is on Rotten Tomatoes, but I will put that score here. We still have more work to do to fully combat this negativity, but I'm glad that we were able to come in, give Dominique her flowers, because she did that. Okay, the show is so good, and I need people to actually give it a chance besides just seeing a Black girl taking the place of it's just, if you just watch the story instead of just being not my Tony Stark, it's wild to me. I definitely want to say thank you to the people who have already given the show a chance or are watching this video to decide if you want to give it a chance. So I'll definitely like talk a little like non-spoilery and then get into spoilers so that you can like decide if this is something you want to do without me fully telling you like the bits and pieces of the entire show. So let's talk spoiler free. Now, if you will remember, we met Dominique Thorne's Riri Williams for the first time in Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. She was at MIT, you know, hustling her like papers, whatever it was that she was selling, you know, making some money on the side. We get this brief refresher in episode 1, just in case you didn't see the movie or if you needed to be reminded. Here's what happened and here's where we are now. You know, the show follows Riri as she goes from, you know, MIT student to homegrown hero to like dumpster diving at junkyards to get parts to fix up her suit. She talks about how, you know, she isn't sitting on Tony Stark's money and, you know, iron suits aren't cheap. I think she did forget that Tony Stark made the very first Iron Man suit in a cave with a box of scraps. And so Riri gets propositioned to join a crew of morally gray characters trying to like Robin Hood themselves into a big payday, and they're led by Parker Robbins, who is the wearer of this like magical hood that gives him like the power of invisibility, bullet bending, and other powers I'm sure that we will discover within the next 3 episodes. But the show sees Riri grappling with herself as she battles, you know, becoming someone that she doesn't recognize so that she can fulfill her dream of fulfilling the suit. So it's kind of a, what is your dream worth? What's more important, your values or this money? It's a, not even a coming of age story, but definitely a, like, how much is your dignity worth? And it's an interesting concept. And it's a fun question to explore. Riri has had this, you know, this heightened level of intelligence since she was a child, but she never necessarily had the resources to fully be able to bring to life all that she could think within her mind. And she finally is able to do that, and it gets snatched away. And it's like, I really want to finish this one thing, but I need more resources. But these resources are kind of making me into a person that I don't really want to be. So it's an interesting story. I'm loving the exploration. Like, I'm locked in. As much as I am an episodic girly, this is one of those times I wish they would have dropped all 6. Like, because even with the 3 we had, I'm like, I need it to be Tuesday again already. Like, I'm so excited to watch these next 3 episodes. So we get the first 3 episodes. The first episode is kind of just like, here's Riri. And the next 2 episodes are more so, here's the story and here's the conflict. I really think that's how it goes, like introduction, story, conflict. And I feel like the next 3 episodes are going to be slight resolution, more conflict, full resolution. Because things have to get worse before they get better. The cliffhanger of episode 3 was pretty intense. But it can get worse. Promise you. But let's talk spoilers because we got 3 episodes to go over. Now remember, I am not the full breakdown Easter egg girly, okay? I'm here for the vibes, okay? I want to talk about the feelings. I want to talk about the connection. Because Ryan Coogler is one of those people who creates characters and expands on stories so that you feel, you emote, you empathize with his characters, okay? I was so invested in all of these people and everything that was happening. Like, I'm so concerned with everyone's feelings and how this is gonna go and this reaction here. That's what I want to talk about. If y'all want full breakdowns, you got Emergency Awesome, you got Ryan Aries, you got all the girlies over there. Okay, they got you with the breakdown. I want to talk about feelings, okay? There are a couple of points that I've not seen anyone talk about yet, and I'm just like, this is gonna be very important to the growth of our character, okay? There's more conflict that is to come, and I need us to talk about it. So episode 1 starts with Riri like absolutely wrecking a lab. She ends up getting kicked out of MIT because they're like, okay, girlie, this was the final straw. We have given you 4 years. You have not figured out what you are fully doing. You haven't even really declared yet. You are no closer to graduation. And Riri tries to like black girl with the sister, but like you can't out black woman a black mama. And so security's escorting her out, but they foolishly give her the space and privacy to kind of like gather her things, which of course she puts on her suit and like skedaddles out of there. But unfortunately for Riri, even though she was able to build the suit with her own grant money, the AI that she has was school sponsored, so it conks out mid-flight back home, and she ends up crashing and ruining her suit. But parallel over, we have our Robin Hood crew. Their hacker, played by Eric Andre, is really not getting a job done, so he ends up getting fired. But before they fire him, they bring Riri in for an interview, and the interview has some unconventionally high stakes.
Welcome, Riri. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview. You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you'll find a gas mask. Good luck.
Screw this.
And Riri wants no part of it, but Parker is able to persuade her with a chest full of money. And Riri is like, okay, but all right, this is short term. They start doing heists together. They say that they're doing it to these big tech people are coming in and like ruining the community and blah blah, all this good stuff, and like we got to bring the 1% down a peg. But really at the end of the day, it's just cause money. Riri is like, okay, so I need to get my suit together because the whole reason that I got hired for this new job is because of my suit, and the main thing is that she needs an AI. And so if we remember back in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Shuri has an AI named Griot. Riri is trying to make her own version of Griot. So let's back up a little bit. Riri is going through some grief right now because her stepfather and her best friend Natalie were killed in a drive-by. You know, she's still working through some issues with that. I don't think she's gotten quite enough therapy. I think she may have gone to counseling. And Natalie's little brother, Zay, is there to kind of also be a listening ear, to provide her some mixtapes, to kind of bring her out of her head. You can kind of see the sparks of a little bit of a romance going on. And I'm like, okay, love this for you, Buki. How much of a difference in age is there? Because you already said that this is Natalie's little brother and you're only 19. I need him to at least be like, is it her twin brother and he's also 19? Is he a year younger? Like, I need to know how old Zay is. Back to the AI. Riri is doing like these brain scans and she ends up making an AI that looks and acts exactly like Natalie, which is terrifying, but it has all of Riri's memories of Natalie within it, which I'm gonna come back to that because I have questions. Riri is really freaked out, justifiably, but she does understand that this is not her Natalie. There's even like a super long acronym. I will put it somewhere.
You could call me neuro-autonomous technical assistant and laboratory intelligence entity instead, but Natalie just kind of rolls off the tongue a little better, you know?
Of course we were able to put something with all the... Natalie is not a short name. There's a lot of letters in that, but they figured it out. Riri does kind of grapple with having Natalie as her AI. Natalie is actually a great AI. Like, she's able to get through all the like triple firewalls that Riri put on her computer. She's able to like remotely control the iron suit. This girl is able to do a whole lot of things, and it's actually really cool, but really scary. I didn't fully understand at first that other people could see it too, but like it's really just a projection. So of course, like anybody coming around can see it. So it's quite understandable that Riri doesn't want other people to see her AI because it looks like this girl who died. Riri tries to leave the AI behind, but Natalie is able to like hack out of the computer that Riri like placed her in so that she could operate the suit on her own. And it's like Natalie's navigating through the space waves. I don't know. She ends up getting in the projector that Riri's mom is using and projects herself onto the easel, scaring the living daylights out of Riri's mom. She explains that, like, she's not a ghost. She's just an AI that Riri made, and she's able to talk to her a little bit. At first I was really excited, but then Riri came home and her mom was like, can you make one of Gary?
Natalie? Baby, she is incredible. It's like you brought back her entire soul. She has the same mannerisms, same voice, same smile. Can you make one of Gary?
No, Mom. Sorry.
That broke my heart. Because, like, we understand that this is not actually your best friend, but you kind of get a little bit of a piece of her. So your mom sees this and she's like, well, you got your best friend back. Can I get my husband back? And unfortunately, Riri has to be like, I can't. Like, I don't even really know how I made Natalie. It just broke my heart. It just hurt so bad. What really got me even more like sad and frustrated was that there's a moment of bonding between Xavier and Riri. You can tell that like Zay like really misses his sister, which it's his sister, of course he does. And I'm just like, you can tell that like he really needed to just like see this AI. And I feel like there could have been a way to be like, hey, don't freak out. I made an AI for my suit and it looks like your sister. It is not your sister. It is simply just an AI. But I feel like talking to her may be helpful. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to come around and bite her in the ass for hiding this from him. Back to the heistery of it all, because this is where it starts to get real crazy. The Hood is doing some strange, magical, mystical mojo to Parker. And Natalie, the AI, is like, hey, there's some really weird readings coming off of Parker, and I can't place where these readings are coming from. I don't trust them. I don't think you should keep being around that crew. But Riri is like, okay, so we're not gonna be doing this forever, and this money is too good to just be hopping out right now. Like, you gotta put that to the side. And they get into an argument because essentially Natalie is trying to protect Riri, and Riri's like, bump all that, I want this money. And so Riri's drive to get this money pushes her to continue to do more jobs so that she can continue to get better parts, so that she can continue to fix up her suit. But she does agree that the Hood has some type of something going on with it. And so she wants to get a sample of the Hood to try to study it and figure out what it is. One last sidebar tangent. Riri and Natalie scan the black web to try to see who would have the parts that they need so she can fix up her suit. And she finds this dude, Joe McGillicuddy, which is obviously a fake name, but he's the closest person. She goes to him and is like, hey, I need your help. And, they kind of go back and forth, but he is able to assist her. They have a whole little road trip to Alanis Morissette. It's real cute. Love the bonding moment. And he also has this like false flesh material that's able to like cloak electronics. So she is able to use that on the last heist to block these like high-tech sensors that can tell when a foreign object is in the room, because it's like a greenhouse or whatever. She's able to get the fake mesh skin. She cloaks her tool so that she can cut off a piece of the Hood to study. Episode 3 has so much going on in it that I can't even fully get into like full detail. You just have to watch it. It's the most heart-wrenching, dramatic twists in there, because while Riri is able to get a piece of the Hood to be able to study it, it's just, I'm just so excited to explore how this is going to change and develop Riri as a character, because when I watched Black Panther, it just felt like she had an attitude for the sake of having an attitude. Like, it was giving angry black girl to fill a stereotype. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this character. Even from just 3 episodes, okay, I'm here for it. I'm locked in. You got me. Give me the rest. Give me the rest. Whatever it is that you have, I'm here for it. Ryan Coogler, you literally can't do anything wrong. His whole filmography, Sinners is still in theater. Sinners is still making all the money, breaking all the records. Okay, like, whoever doubted him for IronHeart, like, I don't know what you were thinking. Like, the show was amazing. The actors are amazing. The staff is amazing. I'm sure craft services was amazing. Like, it's all super amazing. It's going so good. If you all have made it this far and you want me to either talk in more details about things, or if you want me to do the next 3 episodes, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, share with all of your friends, subscribe if you have not already. I mean, you made it to the end of the video, so you might as well go ahead and subscribe. It seems like you like what you saw. And if nothing else, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.